Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Chapter 36. What is efficiency? This is efficiency. The heavy and oppressive atmosphere made Xia Shui breathless. Looking at the terrifying monster walking back and forth behind the big iron gate, the slender legs were a little weak. Under the detection technique, the attributes of the enhanced elite monsters can be seen at a glance. Whether it is attributes or appearance, it is completely different from the monsters in the normal level dungeon. Xia Shui looked at Lin Moyu in horror. This is a nightmare difficulty, did you choose the wrong one? Lin Moyu didn't notice it. I made the right choice. You made the right choice. Is it possible that this guy still wants to rely on the two of them to create a nightmare level dungeon? Just looking at the monster's terrifying attributes made Xia Shui's teeth tremble a little. Are you crazy? We will die. Xia Shui shouted. Lin Moyu didn't respond to her words, nor did he care about Xia Shui's mood at this moment. You will follow me in a while. What? What are you running? Xia Shui couldn't react for a while. That terrifying enhanced elite monster has already set its sights on him. Xia Shui felt the fear of death. If it wasn't for the fear of being laughed at by Lin Moyu, she would want to escape from the instance right now. A large number of skeleton warriors appeared in the room. While releasing the skeleton warriors, Lin Moyu also summoned new skeleton warriors. In the blink of an eye, 80 skeleton warriors had filled most of the room. Then under Xia Shui's horrified gaze, Lin Moyu opened the door to the dungeon. The skeleton warriors marched like a legion, rushing frantically towards the mine. Lin Moyu is already familiar with this kind of thing. The enhanced elite monster behind the iron gate chased the skeleton warrior, and disappeared in a blink of an eye. Follow me. Lin Moyu started running. Xia Shui was dumbfounded. What kind of thing is this? Can the copy still play like this? Hurry up. You won't be afraid. Lin Moyu's voice came from the passage. Xia Shui stomped her feet. Miss Ben will not be afraid, and will not lose to you. Unconvinced, she quickly caught up with Lin Moyu. A huge monster is advancing in the copy. Skeleton warriors run at the front, followed by a large number of enhanced elite monsters. At the end are Lin Moyu and Xia Shui. Xia Shui asked while running, what are you going to do? Lin Moyu responded lightly, brush the book. The answer was taken for granted. Xia Shui was speechless. Running through the long mine road, I saw the leader of the Mine Wolf King. The nightmare level Mine Wolf King is more than a full circle larger than the normal level Mine Wolf King. Xia Shui didn't even need to use detection to know, this guy was super scary. At this time, the skeleton warrior ran to it. The Mine Wolf King kept attacking the skeleton warriors, but the skeleton warriors just continued to run and did not fight back. Why didn't you fight back? Xia Shui was amazed by the skeleton warrior's resistance, but also felt strange. Lin Moyu commanded the skeleton warrior, hurry up. After all the monsters behind had caught up, several skeleton warriors suddenly activated their skills at the same time. Instantly killed a strengthened elite monster. Then the body of the enhanced elite monster was thrown into the air. At the same time Lin Moyu also raised his hand. The corpse exploded. Airburst. There was a loud bang, and Xia Shui was startled by the terrifying movement. Experience skyrocketed, and tips of all kinds swarmed. Almost in the blink of an eye, Xia Shui's experience increased by 30%. Xia Shui was dumbfounded. How could she still do dungeons like this? What is this operation? Boom. Boom. There were several loud bangs in succession. The Mine Wolf King, who was extremely terrifying in her eyes, fell to the ground with a scream. Died. Is it so easy to kill? She still remembered that the three of them met the Mine Wolf King in normal difficulty, and assigned tasks one by one. All kinds of tactics, all kinds of styles of play, only dare to do it after the arrangement is proper. After more than 20 minutes of fighting before and after, it was very hard to kill it. Now in front of Lin Moyu, it is simply an instant kill. Xia Shui's whole body was numb. She realized that this was not an ordinary level difficulty, but a dungeon of nightmare level difficulty. For the same boss, the nightmare level is several times more difficult than the normal level. But in front of Lin Moyu, he was instantly killed. The numbness rose from the soles of the feet to the top of the head, and Xia Shui was shaking like an electric shock. This is a copy. This is simply like visiting your own back garden, okay. Lin Moyu didn't notice her appearance, and waved his hand, let's go. The skeleton warrior had already run into the passage, heading down the mine pit. Xia Shui woke up with a start and hurriedly followed. Are you all single playing nightmare level dungeons? Difficult to ask this question. Xia Shui would never have believed it if she hadn't seen it with her own eyes. Not to mention who it is, who would believe that someone can single-handedly obtain a nightmare level dungeon at a dozen or so levels. Throughout history, no one has done it. Lin Moyu looked calm. Yes. Xia Shui continued to ask, from level 10. That's right. I got a positive answer from Lin Moyu. Xia Shui finally understands why Lin Moyu can upgrade so quickly. When she just left the novice dungeon, it is estimated that Lin Moyu has already entered the mine dungeon to brush alone. And it's still a nightmare level of difficulty. If it is not limited by the cooling time of the copy, it is estimated that Lin Moyu can reach level 20 now. This efficiency is too fast. From entering the dungeon to now, it took only about 10 minutes before and after, and the final boss was already about to be seen. And before she teamed up with others to play on normal difficulty, it took at least an hour to get here. The giant Goblin King has a strong sense of oppression. Then the skeleton warriors led a large group of monsters, and the ferocious wolves rushed up like wasps. With a dozen deafening sounds, everything returned to silence. An upgraded light appeared on Lin Moyu. Chapter 37. This is the second time I experienced such a scene, and even the final boss was instantly killed. Xia Shui was completely numb. She wondered if the king of goblins was Lin Moyu's own son who gave him experience for nothing. Seeing the upgrade light on Lin Moyu, he exclaimed, "You upgraded again." Level 15. Lin Moyu hummed, "It is indeed level 15. Xia Shui grimaced. She was 30% less experienced than level 13. This time the gap with Lin Moyu widened again. I'm really unconvinced. Kill the Goblin King. Experience plus 25,000. Obtain a bronze level weapon, the long sword of the Goblin King. Close black lens bracket. Obtain a low-level monster crystal nucleus. Close black lens bracket. Seeing the prompt message, Xia Shui sighed. It's a pity it's not a staff. You want a staff? Lin Moyu asked. Xia Shui hummed, yes, the Goblin King's staff is the best weapon for mages before level 20. Although I can also go to the exchange to buy, but I have to ask my father for money. I don't want to ask him for money. Suddenly a black shadow flew towards him. Xia Shui instinctively reached out to catch it. Open black lens bracket. Goblin King's staff. Close black lens bracket. Isn't this the staff she wants? Here you are. Lin Moyu said lightly. It's just a staff, nothing more. Xia Shui froze on the spot for a long time before saying, thank you. Then she was puzzled again. Why don't you use it yourself? Lin Moyu took out the Goblin King's magic book. I use this. Spellbooks and staffs are mage weapons, but most mages choose staffs. After all, in addition to being majestic, the staff can sometimes block and perform simple physical attacks. The magic book doesn't have this function. Relatively speaking, the wand is more practical. This is the experience everyone has summed up. Xia Shui didn't understand, but the staff is more practical than the magic book. Lin Moyu shook his head. I don't like staffs. ... This reason made Xia Shui unable to refute. It turned out to be because of this reason. Think about it too. And from the beginning to the end, she didn't see Lin Moyu take out the magic book at all. Perhaps the magic book has such a little bonus, he doesn't like it at all. Lin Moyu didn't know Xia Shui's inner thoughts. He was checking his upgraded attribute changes. Open black lens bracket. Name, Lin Moyu. Close black lens bracket. Occupation, Necromancer, unique. Open black lens bracket. Level, 15, 8.00%. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Power, 200. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Agility, 200. Close black lens bracket. Spirit, 800 plus 20. Physique, 200 plus 20. Equipment, Goblin King's Magic Book, Knowledge Robe. Summon Space, 84 150ths. Skeleton Warriors Quantity, 84. Talent, Comprehensive Amplification, Level 2, Uniqueness. Passive Skill, Damage Transfer. Active Skills, Soul Flame, Level 15. Summon Skeleton Warrior, Level 15. Corpse Burst, Level 1. Comprehensive amplification, level 2, the effects of all skills are increased by 20 times. Close black lens bracket. Damage transfer. All damage suffered by the wizard itself is borne by the summoned object. Close black lens bracket. Soul flame, level 15, burns the target's soul, causing burning damage. The power depends on one's own spiritual power and skill level. Close black lens bracket. Summon skeleton warrior, level 15, summon a bronze rank skeleton warrior. Close black lens bracket. Corpse burst, level 1, detonate the corpse, and cause damage equal to 10% of the corpse's HP to enemies within 1 meter. Close black lens bracket. Finally promoted to level 15, the confidence of entering Sha Jing Academy is much greater. It would be best if you can reach level 16, but if you can't, it shouldn't be a big problem. After reaching level 15, the speed of experience improvement slows down again. Originally, Lin Moyu predicted that he could increase his experience to about 12%, but the result was only 8%. Although there are 2 people forming a team, Sha Shui lost part of the experience. But it is indeed very slow. Lin Moyu calculated in his mind. Sha Shui's primary cooling talisman can also allow the 2 of them to brush 3 rounds of dungeons in a row. At his speed, 3 rounds of dungeons would take half an hour. Then there will be 2 natural cooling periods. It's not that you can still brush 5 copies. Of course, Sha Shui must be brought with her for the last 2 times. Since it was worn at the beginning and not later, Lin Moyu couldn't do this kind of thing. 5 times in a 2-person team should be enough to reach level 16. Looking at the Goblin King who fell on the ground, Lin Moyu said lightly, "I'm sorry, I might kill you 5 more times." Sha Shui was surprised to see Lin Moyu talking to the Goblin King. "Why are you talking to the boss? It doesn't understand." Lin Moyu said softly, "I just want to say, it doesn't matter whether he understands or not." Sha Shui was even more surprised. "Then why do you say that?" Lin Moyu did not answer Sha Shui's question. For some reason, Sha Shui thought of the scene of Lin Moyu saying sorry to the boss just now, and suddenly felt that Lin Moyu was kind of cute. Just ask who would say sorry to the boss so seriously. Isn't the dungeon just for brushing? Isn't the boss just for killing? Although the bosses of those advanced dungeons had to be killed countless times, in the same way, countless professionals died in their hands. There's nothing to say and I'm sorry. What a weirdo, and kinda cute. Sha Shui suddenly laughed out loud. Lin Moyu gave her a weird look. "Go out, let's continue." Okay, let's continue. Chapter 38. Leaving the instance, Sha Shui directly used the primary cooling talisman. Only 10 seconds later, the 2 entered the nightmare level Shihai Mine instance again. Coming in for the second time, Sha Shui seemed to be a different person. When running with Lin Moyu, the whole person is in a state of excitement. The excitement on his face made Lin Moyu feel a little weird. As for being so excited, isn't it just pulling a wave of monsters and blowing up a wave of monsters? It's just a primary dungeon, so it's not enough. His weird eyes were also caught by Sha Shui. Sha Shui's young lady's temper also followed. "What are you looking at? I've never seen a beautiful woman before." Lin Moyu has seen each other for several years. I have to say, it is really beautiful. Comparing Sha Shui and Ning Yi, the 2 have their own merits, and it is difficult to distinguish between them. A petite and cute, a tall and arrogant, each is special. But Lin Moyu didn't feel it. Ning Yi is his friend, and Sha Shui is his classmate. 10 minutes later, the mighty nightmare boss, the king of goblins, fell in front of Lin Moyu again. That unwilling look in his eyes, the aggrieved way to die. Lin Moyu said softly, 4 more times. The 2 brushed the dungeon 4 times in a row, and it took less than an hour before and after. Sha Shui cleared the number of uses of the talisman. The talisman became dimmed, become no different from ordinary stones. Only if you look carefully, you can vaguely see some runes inside. Sha Shui put away the cooling talisman. The talisman is going back to recharge. Cooling talismans are not disposable items. After the number of uses is exhausted, it needs to be recharged. However, according to Sha Shui, the charging process is very complicated. Requires an advanced alchemist to complete. As for how advanced it is, she doesn't know. After brushing 4 dungeons in a row, Sha Shui's level has reached level 14, with 20% experience. If you brush it twice more, you will definitely be able to reach level 15. And Lin Moyu is still at level 15 at this time, and his experience has reached 85%. After level 15, two people team up to brush a dungeon, which can only increase experience by 26%. The efficiency is indeed several times slower. There is still 1.5 days before the big exam, which is enough for them to do 2 dungeons. Xia Shui looked excited. Being able to reach level 15 before the big exam, I will take Sha Jing Academy, and I will be sure. Lin Nerd, are you about to level up? Lin Moyu nodded. Soon. For now, Xia Shui has no intention of comparing herself with Lin Moyu. At that time, you will be at level 16, and I will be at level 15. This year, 2 of us in Shihai City will be admitted to Sha Jing Academy. I think Principal Lu will wake up laughing from his dreams. It is a great honor for all high school principals to have a student admitted to Sha Jing Academy. Everyone knows how difficult Sha Jing Academy is to get into. Only Tianzhao can be admitted to Sha Jing Academy. Only those who enter Sha Jing Academy can be called the top talent. Sha Jing Academy only recruits 1,000 people each year, which is 1,000 people in the entire Shangxia Empire. Moreover, many of these places are occupied by some big cities and big families. It is difficult for people from small cities to compete with the talents of these big families. Last year, Lin Mohan was admitted to Sha Jing Academy, and Lu Yun celebrated for several days. A few years ago, Su Chengxing entered Sha Jing Academy and achieved the reputation of being a genius, and it is still talked about by Lu Yun. All in all, it is a matter of supreme honor to be able to enter Sha Jing Academy. The two found a place to sit on the ground. The cooling amulet is used up, so we can only wait for the cooldown time of the copy to end. Xia Shui said, Boy Lin, do you want to try to win the number 1 prize? Lin Moyu turned his head and looked, the provincial champion. Yeah, Xia Shui said, if you can become the provincial champion, you can get a lot of points. In Sha Jing Academy, points are very useful. The most important thing is that you have the opportunity to join the School of Creative Theology. Lin Moyu thought of what Ning Yi said, in Sha Jing Academy, points are more useful than gold coins. And Ning Yi also mentioned Creation Seminary. Do you know Creation Seminary? Lin Moyu hoped to get some information about Creation Theological Academy from Xia Shui. Ning Yi just mentioned it, but didn't elaborate. He also said that he will naturally know when he arrives at Sha Jing Academy. Xia Shui's curled legs, I don't know the details, I just heard my dad mention it. Shuangshan Academy should be the most powerful academy in our Shangxia Empire. Sha Jing Academy recruits all the elites of Tianzhao, while those in Creation Theological Academy are the top figures among Tianzhao. Dad said that it was difficult to get into Creation Seminary, and said that there was a high probability that I would have no chance. But I think you have a chance, you can try it. I heard that senior Su Chengxing has been admitted to Shuangshan Academy before, and he is the only one in our Shihai city. Xia Shui looked at Lin Moyu with dazzling eyes. She really felt that Lin Moyu had a chance. Lin Moyu took her to brush the nightmare dungeon in an unprecedented way. Completely refreshed her cognition. She can no longer compare Lin Moyu's career with what she has learned. If there is a chance, I will try it. Lin Moyu said in a low voice. He must go to Sha Jing Academy, and his sister Lin Mohan is there. If there is a chance, he will go to Chuang Theological Seminary to give it a try. Xia Shui's eyes lit up suddenly. She pointed to the entrance of the dungeon and said, Isn't that Gao Yang? It was indeed Gao Yang. He was at the gate of the dungeon, as if he was looking for a team. Xia Shui threw a detection technique over, giggling, I can't tell that this stupid guy is already level 11. It's a pity that he is a knight, so it's hard to find a team. Brushing a copy requires a knight, and a certain level of knight is required. A level 11 knight can't handle the monsters at all in the dungeon. Even if it is an ordinary copy, at least a level 13 knight is required. Sure enough, Gao Yang searched around but couldn't find the team. His face was full of disappointment. Lin Moyu said, Take him with you. Xia Shui giggled, I'm fine. Chapter 39. Xia Shui called Gao Yang over. Gao Yang's eyeballs rolled quickly, revealing a meaningful smile. You too. Xia Shui said coldly, Shut your mouth, or I will tear you up. Xia Shui is famous for her arrogance. It's only when I'm with Lin Moyu that I restrain myself a bit. After all, Lin Moyu is colder. If she is more arrogant, then the two of them don't need to talk. Facing Gao Yang at this time, her young lady's temper can be seen at a glance. Gao Yang was startled. He scratched his head. Just kidding, don't take it seriously. Xia Shui said, don't look for a team anymore. When the cooldown period for the two of us is over, I will take you to clear the books. Before the big exam, you will have no problem reaching level 12. Gao Yang roared excitedly, really, you two are really my benefactors. You don't know that the school I want to go to is only at the 12th level. What a nice guy. Gao Yang's expression was extremely exaggerated. Xia Shui frowned, if you do this again, I won't take you. Gao Yang immediately surrendered and became serious in an instant. Miss Xia, don't worry, I will be honest. If you point east, I will not go south. If you point north, I will not go east. What a mess. Shut up. Xia Shui snorted. A ball of fire appeared on the palm of her hand. If Gao Yang dared to say another word, she would definitely throw this fireball on his face. Gao Yang tactfully shut up. The villain obeys, but I don't know how long it will take for you two to cool down. Xia Shui counted the time. There are still 10 hours. 10 hours is a bit long, but Gao Yang knows that he may not be able to find a team in 10 hours. Okay, both of you have a good rest and chat, I'll go brush wild monsters. Come on Moyu, I am optimistic about you. Take Xia Shui sooner or later. After speaking, he ran away. Xia Shui stomped her feet angrily, and threw a fireball straight away. With a bang, the fireball exploded behind Gao Yang's butt, and a little spark splashed on him. Ah tilde tilde tilde. Gao Yang was so hot that he screamed loudly, and ran away without a trace while clutching his buttocks. Xia Shui stomped her feet angrily. This guy, his mouth is too cheap, he doesn't want to twitch. Lin Moyu deeply felt the same, but he had to admit that Gao Yang was a nice person. When others were alienated from him, only Gao Yang took the initiative to talk to him. Even though his own response was rare, Gao Yang never got disgusted. Lin Moyu believes that her feelings are not wrong. Gao Yang is a sincere tease. After 10 hours, Gao Yang joined the team. Lin Moyu is the captain and enters the nightmare level dungeon. As soon as he entered the dungeon, Gao Yang was the first to paralyze on the ground. Hey, Miss Xia, Boss Lin, how did you get into the nightmare difficulty? Xia Shui snorted, stop talking nonsense, just follow along, and you don't need to fight monsters. Ah, Gao Yang showed puzzlement, panic, fear and other expressions. Xia Shui wondered if it was the same when she came in for the first time. At that time, it seemed that I was terrified enough. For the sake of his own life, Gao Yang followed Xia Shui closely, not daring to take a step away. This is a nightmare level of difficulty, his little life was killed by the same monster in it. 10 minutes later, Gao Yang looked at the dead boss, but still couldn't close his mouth. This is dead. Xia Shui looked at him, can you shut your mouth, the hala is dripping down. Gao Yang wiped the corners of his mouth, and suddenly hugged Lin Moyu's thigh. Boss Lin, can you take me with you when you use dungeons in the future, and I'll be a pendant for you. Xia Shui was helpless. Why are you so spineless? You are a knight, can you have a bit of chivalry? Gao Yang shouted, what's the use of chivalry? What do knights do with the boss around? Xia Shui really had nothing to do with her, so she simply came out of sight. A faint white light shone on Lin Moyu's body. He has completed the upgrade. Level 16 is already confident enough to enter Shajing Academy. After brushing the dungeon again, Xia Shui can also reach level 15, and she is also quite sure of being admitted to Shajing Academy. As for Gao Yang, his goal is the Zhongning Academy in this province. It is also a good institution of higher learning, and the requirements are much lower than those of Shajing Academy. A level 12 knight is already qualified. The sun is setting, pulling everything out of long shadows. On the city wall of the south city of Shihai City, several principals stood together, looking at the wild area outside the city wall. It's time for the kids to come back. Tomorrow is the day of the big exam. I told them that I must return today. I don't know what the results of the big exam will be tomorrow. Most people should be fine, it's just the difference between a good school and a bad school. Old Lu, those two geniuses in your school, I heard that they both target Shajing Academy. Lu Yun looked into the distance without blinking. Yes, Mo Yu and Xia Shui both want to enter Shaojing Academy. Shaojing Academy is the most competitive. According to the standards of previous years, only the 15th level can be more confident, and the 16th level can guarantee that nothing will go wrong. It's difficult. There is still hope for level 15, and level 16 is rare. In Shihai City, apart from Su Chengxing, Lin Mohan must have reached level 16 last year. I don't know if there is any hope for these two little guys this year. Lu Yun nodded. Trust them. Lin Moyu and Xia Shui, one is Lin Mohan's younger brother, and the other is the daughter of the Xia family. Lu Yun felt that these two people might be able to create miracles. Finally someone appeared in sight. A principal said, "It belongs to our number 3 middle school." Under the detection technique, the level of the visitor can be seen at a glance. Xu Zhen, level 12, sword fighter. Close black lens bracket. The principal was very satisfied. Grade 12 was enough to be admitted to a better institution of higher learning. Xu Zhen is also a somewhat well-known figure in the number 3 middle school, and he is called one of the geniuses. My classmate Wan Ming from number 2 middle school is also back. Wan Ming, level 13, eagle-eyed archer. Close black lens bracket. The students returned one by one, and the principals continued to use detection techniques on the city wall. This time of year is actually a pre-exam competition for principals. Face contest. Chapter 40. The students returned one by one, and the principals competed with each other. At least so far, no one can really gain the upper hand. The students who came back basically concentrated in the 10th to 13th grades. Not even a level 14 one appeared. Xia Shui, Lin Moyu, and Gao Yang, why didn't any of them come back? As the sky was getting darker, Lu Yun was a little anxious. His face also became serious. Logically speaking, all 3 of them should be back. Did something happen? Finally, before night completely fell, Lu Yun saw 3 figures. It's coming, it's finally back. A smile appeared on Lu Yun's face. The result is not important, as long as you come back safely. The detection technique flew out one by one with the breeze. Open black lens bracket Gao Yang, level 12, Knight of Sword and Shield close black lens bracket. Xia Shui, level 15, Elemental Mage. The headmasters showed surprise one by one. It really did, Xia Shui has really reached level 15. In this way, there is at least an 80% chance of being admitted to Shaojing Academy. No, it should be said that as long as the performance in the final exam is not bad, you must be able to enter. The last Lin Moyu. The principals are all professionals with a level of 40 or above in the second turn, and their level is far higher than that of Lin Moyu. So shield badges are not valid for them. Open black lens bracket Lin Moyu, level 16, Necromancer close black lens bracket. Hiss tilde tilde tilde. The headmaster gasped one by one. Lin Moyu has really reached level 16, one level higher than Xia Shui. This speed is too fast. They must be brushing copies. The sword and shield in Gao Yang's hands, and the staff in Xia Shui's hands are all weapons of the Goblin King. But the weapon drop rate is very low. It is not easy to collect all the corresponding weapons and equipment. Maybe they're lucky. When Lin Moyu and others walked back to the city wall, Lu Yun said, "After you enter the city, wait in the car. When everyone is assembled, we will send you back to school together." All 3 heard Lu Yun's words, only Gao Yang responded loudly, "Good principal." Lu Yun laughed straight away, he was in a good mood. In this comeback competition, he won in front of all the principals. And this time, Lin Moyu and Xia Shui may both be admitted to Shaojing Academy. It is a very honorable thing for Shihai City in number 1 middle school. As the principal, he has a bright face. When all the students came back, Lu Yun also got into the car. In fact, it is the teacher's greatest gratification that the students can come back safely. Everyone have a good rest tonight, gather at the school tomorrow morning, and we will go to the test center. The test center of the big test is not in the school, nor in Shihai City, but in Zhonghai City, the provincial capital. The difference between Shihai City and Zhonghai City is 1 letter. Shihai City is just a medium-sized city in Jiangning province that is not too conspicuous. Zhonghai City is the provincial capital, belonging to the real large cities. Every year, the big exam will be held in Zhonghai City. At that time, the examiners of the Shengxia Empire will conduct the examination uniformly. This night, Lin Moyu continued to meditate. He proceeded according to his own thinking, and didn't take the big exam particularly seriously. He is confident that he will enter Sha Jing Academy. If there is a chance, the provincial champion should go for it. There was not much pursuit of this before. He just wanted to simply enter Sha Jing Academy. But after listening to Ning Yi and Xia Shui's words, he became slightly interested in Creation Seminary. Early the next morning, Lin Moyu woke up on time. The mental strength has fully recovered, and the whole person is in peak condition. A total of 100 skeleton warriors are quietly staying in the summoning space, waiting for his call at any time. After a 20-fold increase, the 4-dimensional attribute of each bronze-level skeleton warrior reaches 5,000. There are also 2 skills of his own soul flame and corpse burst. Let Lin Moyu be calm and confident. When I came to the school playground, many students had already arrived. Gao Yang waved his hand vigorously at Lin Moyu. Boss Lin. Lin Moyu walked over and nodded slightly towards Gao Yang, as a greeting. Although Lin Moyu is the first every time, but because of his character, he is not very popular among his classmates. And because of his profession as a necromancer, the students were a little afraid of him. After a while, Xia Shui also arrived. Xia Shui's popularity is much higher than that of Lin Moyu, and the students gathered around Xia Shui. Xia Shui came to Lin Moyu uncharacteristically. Are you sure? Lin Moyu nodded slightly as an answer. Xia Shui smiled. Then we'll see you at Sha Jing Academy. Good. Lin Moyu also said softly. After all the people arrived, Lu Yun came over. This is the teleportation stone for the test site. Everyone has one piece. In a while, everyone can use the crushing teleportation stone, or use the spiritual power to stimulate the teleportation stone. The teleportation stone will take everyone to the examination room. Let me repeat this at the end. During the exam, the first thing everyone must ensure is their own safety. Safety first. Okay, let's start teleporting now. The students activated the teleportation stone one by one, and disappeared with a flash of light. After everyone left, Lu Yun also activated the teleportation stone and went to the test center in Zhonghai City. The test center was extremely empty, like a huge square. Candidates from more than a dozen cities, large and small, in Jiangning province have been sent over one after another. Thousands of people took part in this test in more than a dozen cities. The transmitted light has never stopped. Candidates in Shihai City are all distributed in the same area. After half an hour, the transmitted light finally stopped. Under the gaze of thousands of eyes, a tower descended from the sky. The trial tower is open. The majestic voice resounded throughout the square. The gate on the first floor of the tower opened slowly amidst the roar. All candidates, please listen carefully to the exam rules. You are not allowed to speak out, and you are not allowed to ask questions. Violators will be directly disqualified from the exam. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.